what's happening until the run starts.
All
but
right.
in these Swiss seeds, anything could be shuffled. We'll have to wait and see what actually is. All right, so we have a vanilla start screen. No sword.
Okay, I've got them synced up together. Yeah, they're going to do the normal start here. They're heading to the first shop, the candle shop. Yeah, that'd be fine.
So I'm not too far behind them. All right, so first thing these runners are going to be looking for is some sort of weapon, preferably the wooden sword. And the wooden sword can be in any open cave if it's not in its vanilla start spot.
Yeah, absolutely. The wood sword's pretty critical here. Any other strategy is a gamble. Digging into a level without any weapon, you're just hoping to be able to walk into something. All right.
On Matt's side, dude, this is so cool.
Yeah, they are. This is a really good. It fits so well for the game. They're heading over now. They're both going to cut over to level 3 in this the strategy to head over to the first Armo screen, having a high probability that it has the item.
Screen scrolls with that custom sprite, impressive on Matrix End as he enters level 3, and the sword. So I'm not quite what I was expecting to see there, but a good find for both these runners as they both pick up the wooden sword.
Yeah, now we'll see DigShake going for the bomb on the first kill. He gets it. Well, Matrick. Oh, they both get it in the same spot, too.
Yeah, they had synced bombs right there.
This is an interesting route. Matrick is, he's skipping the southwest corner.
Yeah, especially since he has bombs, that is interesting because that's not only a good way to get that area out of the way. Good indicator of whether or not
level.
It's a good indicator of whether or not you find a mixed quest or second quest, and yeah, this may end up being a big mistake.
Yeah, because
for Matt to skip that area.
Yeah, he appears to have found vanilla shapes level 3.
Yep.
Vanilla pallets.
So hopefully Matt ends up going back to that area to check that spot. Oof, this ends up being an important item. And we have a staircase.
I don't want to spoil it for you. The wand.
And a wand.
Right.
That is a huge find. That is huge.
It is. It would be bigger if the enemies had more HP, but
yeah,
he's going to be able to abuse this hitbox all day.
Not to mention, in case he gets a trolley room where he needs a ranged weapon, like he did in my matchup against him, where it almost cost him the race against me. In the last level, he had a key room with a bunch of gels.
That was pretty ridiculous.
I mean, having the ranged weapons. So he's just going to be looking for the Tringle, and then he's going to get the heck out of here, and he's going to have an early lead.
Yep. Only leaving with one key, but, you know, there's... In a race like this, you don't really want to dilly-dally around. Matrick just passed up the banana at the Armos screen. Barely had to look at it. He identified it underneath that Armos and walked right off the screen.
All right, so mixed secrets, 53 rupees. That's not our mid secret. Is that the
That's the large then.
Oh man.
Oh buddy.
The poverty seed confirmed. Not too many money or life rooms because this is going to be rough if we do. Candle purchase on Matrix End, so he'll be able to do some more exploring. Now Dig is following in his footsteps, heading over to the graveyard.
I don't think we'll see a boomerang pickup out of DigShake here. This is interesting. Oh, Matrick takes a nasty death, but this may not hurt him that badly.
If he decides to go back in that general direction, he may check that southwest corner, and he doesn't. Oh, maybe not. Let's see what he's doing.
He's gonna use his bombs near start, but going to the northwest corner early. Sure, they have a full load of bombs, but they could very easily leave that section with 0 bombs and then just have a hard time picking them back up. Looking for a candle wouldn't be a bad idea at this point.
So I still haven't
Matrick
seen
has a candle.
Yeah, Matrick made a candle purchase just before his death. I still haven't seen a shield shop yet, unless the shield sprite is shuffled and I just didn't recognize it. Is that it right there?
Yeah, that's the shield sprite, but that's not the one that would be replaced. What you'd look at is a shield that cost at least 140. That would be the one that would turn into a boomstick.
He picks up the banana.
Oh, man.
His face is saying it all. It gives us the thumbs down. Inadvertently picks up the banana. So he'll have that extra very OP weapon. And in 0 HP seeds, that's not the worst thing.
I like where Matrick is right now. He's doing burns. Burns are free. Also, they're high density and they're near the start of the game. So in a heads-up match, you don't want to leave behind something that was very easy for your opponent to get. What?
Ooh, is
Did
this
he miss?
No, he hit the right bush. So is this mixed quest?
Yeah. That's... How much have we seen to even tell if it was mixed quest so far? Was that really...
I'm fairly sure that level 3 was the first quest location, right?
It is, right. It's the first quest cave.
Yeah, so I guess that is confirmed a mixed quest that these runners are dealing with. So, possibility that Recorder or Bracelet come into play as a big part of this race.
And it just makes what the DigShake's doing right now, if he doesn't check the mixed quest locations up here, this could really hurt. This is why it's a really good idea to check mixed quest status before heading to the northwest.
And we have Matrick going into a level, and since we're not dealing with shapes, we're dealing with vanilla level shapes. Let's see what we have here. Could this be 8?
Yeah, I think we're also dealing with vanilla palette colors.
Yeah, I think so. Trying the very difficult block clip against this Troll Handler, gets through, and we have the D. Matrick gets the D. That's a big find, especially if Ganon is required. And if he's able to get an early arrow, could be a very helpful weapon.
Could be. It's going to be nearly impossible to miss that.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way that Dig's not going to pick that up when he finds level 8. But getting it early could eventually be an advantage, especially if the silvers are found early as well.
Yeah, DigShake's in level 6. I didn't actually see which screen he entered it on, but I suspected it was A2. We'll
A2, yeah. I know he was up in that area. I did miss it myself. So level 8 was the screen west of the... Was it the vanilla potion shop?
It was... it's what I call the desert shop. It's the shop right below the desert.
Okay, so that's level 8. Then...
Was it?
Yeah, I wasn't sure where level 6 was. I missed that.
DigShake's... Oh, this room sucks. He's got the...
Oh, no, and with no ladder.
Side of the river. Ooh, bombing a map. Are dungeon drops not moved between rooms? I think that's a thing. So this should be a key room that DigShake has just walked in and out of.
different. So he's going to be looking for a double block room if he wants the item, correct?
Maybe. Okay, he was actually at a B2. I don't know how we do that.
Well, he gets the Tringle and he's out. And honestly, you can't blame him too much. He's going back in.
He's going back into round. He is up in this corner, and the worst things to miss here would be not to his knowledge, maybe. For our knowledge, the record would be pretty bad to miss because, one, it's mixed overworld. Two, if he doesn't get it here, he can't whistle back here if those are even on. But the ladder. But he's gone.
The ladder, yeah. And of course, there's always the potential that the silvers could be in here, which may or may not come to be a factor.
Matrick finds level 4 at the northeast corner. DigShake is not checking mixed overworld locations.
That could be ends up being a level or a location of something important. I don't think we've seen the white sword item yet, have we? Oh, yes, we have. Yes, we have. I did not see what that item was, though. Do we have Dig in Vanilla 2?
Yeah, but he finds the red candle.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
No.
He's in very good shape. 3 keys, 8 bombs. He should be find this Triforce quick. But we'll have to see where Matt is headed. He's checking the woods at the moment and still missing levels 7, levels 5, and levels 4, correct?
Think so. We don't have level 1 found, do we?
Right. I don't think we found level 1 yet either. All right. Well, you have a compass find, so let's see. Is he going to head straight there? He should.
Turn around, yeah. Yeah, I think that I just saw a heart in a Dodonga room, but I don't think that tells us necessarily. But I think that all the drops are in their normal rooms.
Yeah, it appears so, which if any of these guys, if either runner has caught on to that, could speed them up, especially when you get to the bigger levels like 7 or especially in, of course, 9. Chat exclaiming that it looks like a moon. Yes, it does appear to be a moon-shaped level 2. A moon-shaped cactus, if you will. Yeah. Okay, so Matrix slowly climbing into a deficit here, and he's found a few levels. Really needs to see if he can get lucky and get a level that he's able to complete, because Dig is building himself quite a lead.
Oh, Matrick with the meat purchase. Has he been meat blocked? Did I miss that?
It's very possible, but I don't know. If he wasn't meat blocked, I'm not sure why he would buy it this early in the seed.
Well, he's still exploring Overworld. He might consider the fact that he could lose money in any case, so yeah, why not buy it?
And he finds another one of those poverty big secrets, man. What a bummer.
DigShake checking the white, not really right by start, but man, with the seed that they've got, it's hardly even worth doing.
does appear like the heart requirements for the swords are going to be potentially vanilla. But like you were saying, I don't know if it's... I don't know if we've seen the HP of the bosses yet.
No, but for Dig, he has the rod.
Yeah, I think in DigShake's case, it really wouldn't help him as much unless it does end up that HP is either vanilla or shuffled. It could help against Ganon, but...
DigShake is now finding out the thinking face.
Just realizing it. Let's hope for his sake that that's not going to be a fatal mistake, because I don't think that... okay, so there was a meat block on Matrix Inn. He just uses the meat. If it necessarily was a block in the sense that he couldn't get around it. But he did use the meat to open up this room now.
Alright.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think Matt's been up to Death Mountain yet, so...
Right,
we'll have to wait and see. With the heart, I don't think we're going to see him go back to the sword, though.
I think DigShake will probably put the mixed locations in the Northwest in the back of his mind for a while. They could, yeah.
Both these runners, they've ran enough randomizer that they should know the locations in both quests, and I imagine they're using some sort of tracker that, I mean, even if they don't memorize it, because I use a tracker that has all those locations marked. So if I do happen to forget one, usually I can look at it and be like, oh yeah! I would imagine the majority of runners use something similar to that. Because if you don't, these mixed overworlds can become very tricky.
Now, the hint types, are they just flat out vanilla?
The one I saw just now looked like it was vanilla, and I don't really get much out of them. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, though. Does that mean that the overworld hints will be vanilla as well?
Well, the difference is between deceptive and vanilla is that deceptive hints will give you hints for locations, but the flavor text will be vanilla, so like a shop will say the same thing. So what we just saw is the Take Any Road had Take Any Road You Want, which means either based on that it's vanilla or deceptive.
Ooh! Troll Handler!
Yeah, we saw DigShake confirm with the wood sword that Gliok had 0 HP.
That means
Magic
more
going
than
with a double
likely...
clip.
Oh, nice try.
He's a room away from the Triforce, and he's checking the stairway. He doesn't have any keys to walk into that room either.
That's correct. And it looks like enemies are in their vanilla locations as well. Is that correct?
No. The enemies are shuffled between rooms. They're in their original levels, but they're shuffled between rooms. Matrix. There he goes. Finds a power bracelet.
Now, we haven't seen the Any Roads yet, correct?
DigShake.
Did we see him?
I think it was DigShake. No, it was Matrix who just walked in and out of one. So I think it was at the letter shop, so they're not in their vanilla locations. So that means that the power bracelet's going to open up at least 4 new locations.
So that could potentially become big. The race earlier today, we saw 9 that was power bracelet blocked. We have a Triforce pickup on Matrix Inn, finally picking up his first. It's not quite a Tringle, it looks more like a crown.
Yeah. He's got crowns. It does not warp him to fight the Spider Boss or Archwinger, unfortunately. That would be too awesome. DigShake passed up his Tringle to go digging for an item. He's trying to conserve that key. And handle
Both these
threatens the dead
players
wood.
being a lot more conservative with his keys, whereas Matt is completely out of them. Could be a factor, because Matt hasn't had much luck digging these levels that he's been in so far.
No, it's really a question of who's going to find this ladder that I think seems to be pretty important.
The power bracelet block and getting a door repair for his troubles. That's a nice middle finger held up by the Zelda randomizer right there.
Thanks, game. So, DigShake is going to go back into 4? He picked up the Triforce.
We have a level 9 spotted by Matrick on the Coast Heart Vanilla location.
I'm gonna dig this key out. Interesting.
Do it. And a ladder!
Oh no, it's DigShake who found that taking him road at the tree.
Wow. Matt finding level 9, and I'm not sure if this is level 4. It looks like it could be level 4. No?
It's 5.
It is 5. It is 5.
Yeah.
Finding the ladder. This race isn't over yet.
Death to Darknut, or whatever you call them in Legacy of the Wizard.
Luckily, he wasn't too far from start. He should be able to get back to where he was, although he looks like he's going a different route. But getting the ladder...
Whoops.
When
there it is.
Dig doesn't have it.
Wait, oh no. That must be the...
So we still haven't seen the expensive shield, have we? I still haven't seen either way if this is confirmed or a boomstick seed or not.
Right. Yeah, so with a mixed overworld and mixed shops, it's gonna be, just one shop somewhere is gonna have it, and you don't know where it is. You don't know where to go looking for it.
And considering that this is a poverty seed, I doubt we're going to see that even come into play, especially with 0 HP this late into the seed. I have a feeling we won't have the privilege of seeing all the bombs later on, although you never know. As he enters the woods.
We just saw another hint. It said Gliok, I don't know if it was lurks or Goma creeps on Death Mountain. So we have deceptive hints.
Well, Goma creeps is level 6, and level 6 is indeed on Death Mountain. I don't know if that's coincidental.
Well, it's deceptive, though, because we've seen vanilla text in flavor locations. We saw that Gliok lurked on the coast, so they can give true hints, but they can also lie.
Whether or not Matrick decides to take that hint into consideration, which in this case would be a great thing for him, because right next to level 6 is level 2. Level 5 triangle crown thingy, and heads on out. Only 2 triangles down, and he has the bow and the ladder, so he could very easily climb back up into this as our runners give each other a high five. DigShake finds level 5. And Matrick has the ladder, and I don't know if we've seen the ladder item yet.
I don't recall seeing it either. I expect we will in just a moment.
And... womp womp. Well, it's better than the book, I suppose. Matrick with 8 hearts. He's gonna head back to the west.
Yeah,
now,
I don't know what he's doing.
Now, little does he know.
The southwest corner?
Yeah, that would be a good place for him to head.
What? You never checked that shop before? Well, it's a money-making
what his
game, but
play
he doesn't want to
is.
play. Oh, I see. He's gonna burn up the dead wood.
Want to dig level 5
it's
here,
taking
and
his
I
money.
believe that is the staircase with the ladder, or maybe not. Matrick does not go to the southwest corner just yet.
Now, when you're talking about mixed locations, it's not really a super great path, but certainly going there at all is preferable to not.
See, I don't know exactly how the mixed flags work as far as if it's mixed, are there specific overworld locations that will never, like, for example, that whistle screen that Matrick was just on. In a mixed quest, it could or could not be unlocked. That's correct?
That's right. Any spot that's in both quests will definitely be in the game, but any spot that's only in one of the quests is just going to be a certain number of them.
So DigShake picks up the ladder, and if he's able to find the triangle here and get out, the thing he really needs at this point is the bow. As this race continues on, it's starting to appear more and more likely that Red Ring and Silver Arrows are going to be in level 9, although that is not confirmed yet.
Yeah, it's just probabilities going up. We've seen a rod, we've seen a red candle, we've seen a ladder heart, we've seen a white sword. So we got a bunch of items that aren't necessary that could be in level 9 and they're not.
Well, fortunately for Matrick, he finally makes his way to that southeast corner, and he does find the level. He does find the wand, although not as useful at this point in his run. But that could have ended up being a location that a lot of rando racers, including myself, might save for the very end in the situation he was in. And so, luckily for him, he was able to get in there fast. Relatively soon. DigShake picking up Triforce number 5, and he finds level 9. So I believe the only level we haven't seen at this point, it was level 1 and level 4, correct? I don't think
we've seen 4. 4 is in the north east corner, but level 1, that's the mystery level.
And that'll really be the indicator of whether or not we're going to have silvers and red in. Ooh, Dig with the swaggy bush clip. Reward for his troubles, but that was impressive.
Yeah, there are just a few ways to get that bush burned and entered on the same screen.
And he picks up a bottle of Coke. So is he going to be running 6 heart strats, or was he just getting that for safety?
I think that for sure he doesn't feel the need to get more hearts and would rather be able to refill.
So that's the real mystery at this point. Where is level 1? Is it going to be Wrath blocked? Is it going to be Recorder blocked?
Yeah, we haven't even seen all the bomb candle spots yet, so it's hard to say if any items actually required. DigShake will be heading by the river. So there are the 2 ladder spots in the river. Does he not have the power bracelet?
I think he does. I might be mistaken. I think he picked it up. I think DigShake is the runner that doesn't have the power bracelet at this point.
DigShake's going to check the spot at second quest level 4. Matrick's heading to push this grave now. That was not something anybody tried earlier. Oh, it opened. But Dad docks his allowance.
A grave mistake. Womp, womp, womp.
Good one.
All right, so he has the bracelet, and he's heading into the second push place, and like I said, we're still missing a few levels, so these are interesting, and he does find at least a heart container, so recall. I do recall that Matt had to use the bait there, but I don't recall if it was actually blocking his path or not.
Yeah, it was a 4-way room. It was very close to the beginning.
So we'll see if Dig is able to find a way around the
He just uses the bait.
potential bait block. Oh, does he have the bait?
Yep.
All right, well, the safety meet
Now we'll probably see
coming into play on.
Patrick will probably be catching up here pretty quickly as he finds a couple levels, and he'll be checking all the spots in Death Mountain.
And that could be huge. If he finds a level in one of those spots that DigShake did not check, this race will turn in a hurry.
Yeah, there are 3 spots in the mixed quest that are possible here that are not that DigShake did not check.
So Matrick finds level 6, which I don't recall. Did Dig ever? I don't think Dig found the item in 6, did he?
No, he went back in for a brief recheck, but I think he just bailed on it.
So we'll have to see if Matrick has any more luck. He does have the arrows, so he can take care of this Goma, although I don't believe this room has any drops in level 6.
No, that is the Master Goma. It will kill all of the other enemies in the room when he kills it, though.
But he doesn't take care of the Goma, so no extermination strats on Matt's side as he decides to head up.
It's pretty weak.
Dig taking a staircase? Nope, changes his mind.
No, he does not want to disjoint his exploration of the level.
Which in a level could end up being the right play. You don't want to skip anything that could eventually be
Yeah,
a Triforce or an item.
Fine for DigShake.
Alright, so still not confirmed if it's required or not, but when you know that the any roads are not, they're in vanilla locations, you never know.
Yeah, he's definitely... You're gonna want every item. From DigShake's point of view, the only level that's missing is level 1. Isn't that correct? Or has he not been to where level 8 is yet? I don't think he's been to level 8. He'd have the bow.
I don't think... And neither runner's seen 1 yet. We still have the mystery of where level 1 is. It could be on the Raft Islands, which neither runner has the raft yet either.
I'm actually a little bit concerned for DigShake. He has been to the South Coast. He burned level 7 second quest. But he didn't get to the desert shop to check where level 8 is, and I don't know why.
Oh, that's correct. I don't think he did head up that way yet.
Right, like, that's a hole in his exploration.
So a couple spots on the overworld that he has not checked yet, that at least in that case, on his tracker or has just completely forgotten to check that area, could end up being...
Level 7 wears him down and finally gets him with a turret shot.
And that's never fun to die in 7. 7 is the worst level, size-wise, in Randomizer, other than 9. And Matrick finally going to take... Well, he's going to continue looking for the item.
Yeah, no half measures here. He's going to full clear this.
So that hint could be true, but it's not. You were right. This is deceptive hints because we know that level 5 does not have the raft. Level 5 has the ladder, correct?
That's, yeah, it has the ladder.
Okay, so, well, in Matrick's case, he knows now that this is deceptive because he already has the ladder.
Yeah, he should have known that already. If he understands the hints are... As soon as he could see, like, a vanilla Like, it's dangerous. Well, no, that's not true. Well, you saw the Take Any Road, though. You saw the Take Any Road said, take any road you want, and then he saw any kind of a hint at all that was not strictly vanilla location. That's when you could tell. Which we've seen some that were not.
So this is our potential item room? In 6?
Yeah,
maybe?
it is. It ought to be it, right? No?
No!
That was one of the things, like, way back in, like, Pandemonium era. You're doing level 6 and you've got these 3 double block rooms in level 6, and only one of them's actually any good. It's always nerve-wracking because you gotta fight a room and it's level 6 and it's got whiz robes.
Alright, looks like we found what we were looking for, and it is the raft! Wow, so this could be big, dude.
Off chance that this is very important.
Yes, this could be a huge moment in this race because we know Dig did not dig for the raft in 6. And yeah, that could potentially be huge as Dig picks up the triangle in level 7. Is that level 5?
DigShake's going to push this now.
That is 7. I have it mismarked. Level 7, I apologize.
Nothing interesting happens. Didn't matter.
Oh.
What's he doing? He's going to take this back to near the beginning where the Triforce is?
Correct. This, I think he just forgot where the warp was. This should take him a couple screens away from the Triforce. In fact, 1 screen south.
I guess it. Yeah.
So, is behind by a couple of Triforce pieces. Unless the recorder is
DigShake has
required.
missed the spot. He was off by 1. Welp.
I think you're right. I think he whiffed on that.
He did. He thought that he was on the right spot, but he was not, and he didn't try another spot. And that's the second quest, actual level location, not the other one that he bombed.
Yeah, that is vanilla 7, I believe. Correct?
It's 8, but it certainly is 7 in reality.
So Matrick into level 2, which we know houses the red candle. But hopefully he runs into it without too much digging. Dig returns to Death Mountain.
Yeah, and Matrick, I'm wondering how long it's going to be before he goes back to 8.
If I'm Matrick at this point, you've got the ladder, you've got 10 hearts, white sword, and he's got arrows in case of a Goma block. I think he's got to go to level 8 at this point, correct?
I don't know, has he checked all the power bracelet spots? He has the raft spots to check. I don't even know if he's bombed the river spots that DigShake was just doing. But still, there's a second item in there. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is, really.
That screen giving Matrick a little bit of a trouble, but he finally gets through.
Yeah, the bow was in the second room of 8, JLo, so he's been inside, but they hadn't explored it. And DigShake went kind of around it in his overworld exploration.
Yeah, so Dig will find the bow almost certainly without
if he finds
any kind of effort. Yeah.
Yeah, remember when I said it would be almost impossible to miss the bow? Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't miss the D. That was bad. I apologize.
I wouldn't have been missing it.
DigShake does pick up another heart piece, so I guess in that case he just did want the potion for safety. It does look like he's not restricting his heart count at all.
No, there's no real need to restrict your heart count after getting 1. You might as well get a few.
I've seen you do the 3-heart strat before and with much success, but I've also seen some runners like in your race with Isolated, which was, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best race of the tournament so far. And congrats, by the way, on that win.
Yeah.
The 3-heart run can do if you don't have a 0 HP Ganon. And poor Isolated, humongous lead, only to have it melt away because he wasn't able to survive the Ganon fight.
Right. Yeah, it's a gamble to take a 3-heart strat. You don't know how bad some of the runes can be.
Like, I don't think I could even risk that. As DigShake returns to Death Mountain, checking the spots he missed.
Right, we have 2 players returning to spots they've already... DigShake going back to Death Mountain to check spots that he realizes he missed, and you've got Matrick going back to the level he couldn't complete earlier.
No bombs as he enters the screen he needs bombs for.
I recommend another strategy. Maybe he gets some bombs first.
Well, hopefully he's able to find bombs. Dig did uncover the magic sword location, and it is in the absolute worst spot that magic sword could be in, so I can almost...
and there's no reason to get it.
Yeah, we're not going to see the magic sword in this seed.
The worst thing that can happen is Ganon has a bunch of HP, but even then, you know, if you stun lock him, you're talking about 1 second per hit.
To get the sword, with no guarantee you'll even need it in the first place.
Need to fight Ganon, or that he has more than 0 HP. Yeah.
Yeah, but as the seed goes on, still no sign of level 1, but I'm willing to bet to level 4 that we will not see the Red Ring or Silver Arrows outside of 9.
That seems quite likely. Now, it's starting to seem like DigShake has definitely forgotten the Desert Shop for level 8. Now,
So
hopefully...
And another...
Matrick is, he's in 4 now.
He doesn't have the Triforce here. I don't remember what the item was in 4. I mismarked my tracker on a couple of the items, so I don't have a complete tracker. I don't know if you do. Maybe we can get an item recount.
Oh, I haven't been tracking that.
Well, we haven't found level 1 yet, and we know level 2 was the red candle. Level 3 was the wand. The item
right.
in. So level 5 was the stepladder. And level 6 was
the ladder blocked.
Yes, level 4 was left. I don't believe I saw the item in 7, and then one of the items in 8 was the deep.
The level 7 item is the power bracelet.
Yes,
which hasn't proven to be very useful yet. And DigShake's about to find the bow. Oh man, he barely makes it in before he runs out of invincibility frames. I expect we'll see an up and A from the bow.
Ooh, that was tight. Good job on the clutch clip in by Dig.
Yep. DigShake probably knows about not pulling up. Or does he?
So Dig won't have the same problem Matrick did with enough bombs to bomb every wall in this dungeon and then some. So let's see what his play is. This will be the furthest we've seen into 8 at this point as he bombs up and finds a hole. And getting some drops from the blue Dark Knights is nice because he has full health and...
Bloomerang. Not what you're looking to see.
Well, at this point, Dig, he's already got the wooden
Matrick's
boomerang.
entering the item room in 4.
And we have...
Yep,
Recorder. Now, we still haven't seen the raft spots yet. Obviously, we haven't seen the recorder spots yet.
Right, so this opens up the possibility that one is in several locations.
I think it's safe to say it's probably going to be a block of some sort to get to level 1. I doubt we've seen every location on the overworld, but it's pretty close to that point. Patrick with the crown grab. Gentlemen. Dig with a slight lead still, but I'm pretty certain Matrix's going to head back now that he has bombs into level 8, and we're going to have 2 runners.
DigShake becoming... DigShake has 0 bombs, so he has... or 0 keys. He's run out of keys and he can't get anywhere.
Oh no, this could be really, really bad. Leaving level 8, is he going to go search for level 1 at this point? What would be your play in this situation?
He's going to level 4 right now. I'm sure of it. These guys have had to go back and forth between these levels. It's so funny. He might... Is he going to push this block on his way? Yeah.
So in this situation, what would be your play? Would you decide to go for another level you've already completed in search of keys, or would you try to find the elusive level 1, which... Did Matrick just find level 1?
Yes.
Where was he on the map? I totally missed it.
He had the recorder out. Oh, it was raft spot? Oh my god. I missed it.
Was it a raft spot?
Yeah. That's crazy. That's
it's
the worst
huge.
case scenario for
DigShake
DigShake because... Yeah. Level 6. Not a place he's going to go looking anytime soon.
This race is just flipped entirely upside down, folks. This is huge.
Yeah, DigShake
on all
has
9 levels.
No reason to go digging up for a raft while he still has all the recorder spots in the overworld to check, and they take a long time to check because they're all over the place. They're in the Lost Woods, Death Mountain, the East Coast. You got the level 2 ladder alone, and you're going up and down that thing's going to take a good 20 seconds. And even the one by start, it's just a mess.
And unfortunately for DigShake, who went back into level 4, I believe he's searching for keys, yet to find one. This is proving to be the difference in this race up to this point, folks. I mean, obviously, we still have a long way to go, but...
He's going to dig the recorder out of here.
Yeah, and that's a smart play, but he finally does find a key. So, not sure why he's still digging 4, though. Did he find the item in 4?
No. DigShake was ladder blocked from the item in 4 previously, so he's digging it out.
He's not going to be happy.
Because he lacks, a raft or a recorder, and he's pushed a lot of blocks. So he's looking for something. On the plus side, the recorder can get him back to level 6.
That is correct.
Hopefully... We haven't actually seen anybody to a level yet, have we?
If it whistles to new spots or old spots.
Right.
But Dig finding the recorder finally, so that's good. That is the item he wanted to find. The only problem that he needed to find. So level 1, housing the magic shield and the all keys, so confirmed red ring silver arrows in level 9, and Matrick picking up the level 1 Triforce. So he's just about in go mode and has infinite keys and 7 bombs. Obviously his play is going to be back to 8 and has a commanding lead at this point, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's got a big advantage here.
Randomizer is that a race can turn.
Yeah, in this case, it's because DigShake found 6 early and Matrick didn't, and Dig made a smart move to not dig an item out of a level like that.
Correct. And then no no fault of DigShake at all. I mean, Boomstick confirmed.
And Matrix in the HUD.
Yeah. Hopefully he knows
time.
how to get out of the HUD. There he goes. Very swaggy on Matrix.
Waiting for the song.
Using the HUD clip and actually performing it correctly is tricky for the majority of runners. It does take a lot of practice from watching your streams.
He's been there when I've done the HUD clip stuff. That's something that he's paid attention to before. That's pretty good of him to show it off here.
Yeah, I actually was in a race yesterday, just a practice race. And the beautiful thing about Randomizer is there's so many little things that are vanilla speedruns of this game that can help you, as you saw in our race, something that could turn the entire race around. I actually was able to pull off that glitch in a useful way, the Canada phone shutter glitch, which I was pretty proud of. I finally got a chance to use it. But little intricacies of this game that you don't get to see a lot in the vanilla games. And so Randomizer is a lot of fun in that regard.
Yeah, DigShake's hitting more recorder spots.
Which is the right play. I mean,
take what you have, use it.
I think there's no way to know that you're going to be raft blocked. Obviously, he hasn't found the raft yet, so it's got to be going through his mind, but...
yeah, as something that would really suck if it were true, and basically he's going to be resigned to knowing that he's probably lost if he does... he has zero advantage, at least, if he finds that he can't find the spot without the raft. After he's done the entire overworld with the recorder.
Another deceptive hint there, as we know level 9 is on the Coast Heart vanilla location, not in the Deadwoods. He's already found level 9, so that shouldn't be a big... Finds the compass, and is only a room away, but finds a wall. No problem. Blue darknet, right?
Oh, that's 8 crowns.
8 crowns for Matrick, and he'll be off and running, and we will have a level 9 entry, sub-hour.
Yep, and he's right by level 9, and he has the magical key and 6 bombs, so he'll be looking to probably go through open doors and stairways and not trying to bomb his way through.
On his way to 9, and enters with all of his resources to the max. So looking for Zelda here is probably the play most racers are going to make in this case. And finds an immediate Ganon! And up base?
He doesn't have the silver arrow, and he's got a bunch of shut doors.
That's right, yeah.
That's that's special.
That's
oh good, he gets his
crazy early Ganon. As I was trying to say before we got a pig sighting, is that Zelda is going to be in a room with a shutter door that will open.
We don't know that yet.
If Ganon is not required.
Yeah. We don't know what kind of room she'll be in. Oh, it was in her. He was in his own room, so she'll be in her room probably.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, his strategy here should be to move upward and look for upward doors. But you could bomb upward into a room if he's not required. However, another thing he should be doing is clearing these black floored rooms, looking for the compass. Finds a bag of money instead.
So in this case, if Matrick is able to find Zelda's room, he'll have to do, besides taking an unfortunate death to a Patra in that case, but if he does find Zelda, he has pretty much everything he needs to complete this seed.
Yep.
Over arrows.
DigShake has just whistled 2 new dungeons, level 6, so he's gonna be heading for the raft right now.
Oh, what a lucky break that he decided to dig this level first.
I think he's only level to dig, but it's lucky that the whistle took him here instead of 2 vanilla 6.
Dig with an uphill battle. Still needs a Triforce out of 8. And, of course, still locate level 1. The level 9. We've already had level 9s in this tournament of very long periods.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt he could run into bomb problems here trying to find Silver Arrow. And considering what happens here with the situation he's in, he doesn't know if he's looking for a locked door or just anything.
Ooh, Dig takes an unfortunate death there.
Uh-oh, we have a possible hint. The kidnapped awaits in the northeast of Skull. He's gonna try, so, see what can happen right here. He can try to force his way to the north with his bombs and get nothing.
And that could be big if he ends up trying to over-bomb his way up to Zelda. He could potentially run out of bombs. And if Ganon's required, could be a huge moment in this race.
Definitely, we're talking about potentially leaving the level to buy bombs or something. And that'd only be like, that wouldn't even be the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario for him would be to stay in the level and try to get bomb drops and just not get them.
Taking a magic staircase back towards... Does get a bomb drop.
Matrick, you can shoot those. You can shoot arrows through bombs from above. I'm sure he's thinking about what to do. Oh, he gets blocked by Dad. Dad has been just all over his case.
Now, if that's a correct hint, though, that could be a nice hint to get.
Well, at this point, yeah, it might be. We have 0 HP enemies, and the compass is in a black room. He might not know that, but I would hope that he does. But didn't he just get around Ganon? He just got on the back side of Ganon and on the right side of Ganon, so he knows that at least those 3 doors in his room aren't leading to her. That's probably a good thing.
Correct. At least you can you should be able to access Zelda without killing Ganon. Now, whether or not you can access her room, is another question.
Yeah, just noticed, man. These Legacy of the Wizard sprites, they're going to be hacks if they make it to a blackout game. We just saw that those gels have a large white bottom on them.
So you were able to
Matrix
see...
in a pickle. Yeah, you'd be able to see him in a blackout room. Maybe. One of the worst enemies in blackout is
you can't see the
gels.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that one of the worst things that can happen in blackout is when you can't see gels in a room and you're trying to chase them around and kill them. Oh, DigShake's gone to a raft spot. It's not the right one.
Well, let's hope he doesn't give up on that. He's got to be close to out of overworld spots at this point. So I imagine...
He knows where he's going. For sure. He's just trying to get there. Matrick takes another death.
And as you notice with the question in chat, it would be an advantage because there would be situations where, especially in really impact. I don't know. I've never actually messed with sprite hacks before, other than the ones that we have in Fred's randomizer program. So that's an interesting point.
Finally, Dig is finding level 1. Good for him, full overworld clear. He got to see the whole thing.
Roll complete. He finds level 1.
The shield.
Which... But he'll be pleased to find the any key, which I believe was on the floor. So he's about to be in key trouble.
Yeah, but thankfully he made it through the major choke point of level 1, and so he should have choices from this point on about how to approach this key problem. And I hope that he digs for the key out of here. He knows he's in key trouble, so at the very least he's going to be digging for regular keys. He should know that the magic key's in here. Or at least strongly suspect it.
I actually think Dig has seen every item that the game has to offer at this point. Digging for the raft, I think he found all the items, correct? Other than the second item in 8, I believe.
He saw the boomerang, yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He did. You're correct.
Yeah. So we're just looking for... just looking for a floor item. It's in the original boomerang room. Oh, buddy. He could make a real crazy move here where he decides not to come back in for the magical key, knowing that he's in bad shape.
And he is grabbing the triangle. Let's see what his play is, because
he's going back.
You got to be 45 in that. You know your opponent hasn't done yet, but both these runners are very capable of sub-hour times. You wonder if the panic is starting to creep in. In this case, making the correct play.
He knows he's in bad shape, but he's not going to do something as crazy as try to go in with one key.
So,
yeah.
I mean, having one key going into 8 with no guarantee you're going to find the keys you need to hit 9.
Yeah, he was key blocked in 8. That's why he had to leave, so... Yeah. He's in bad shape, but... There's definitely worse... You can definitely make a worse move trying to go too fast.
Matrick trying to make his plan for his next move here. Running short on bombs. Could desperately use a candy drop, or now down to 2 bombs, and it looks like he is blocked.
Yeah, he's really having trouble pulling the trigger on going down to 1 bomb. That's I don't blame him at all for that.
Dig with the any key, headed to level 8. I mean, level 9 hasn't been the trolliest to 9s yet, but still no sign of the silver arrows. And with Matrick in bomb trouble, to make too many of the wrong move in this situation, because Dig will be in level 9 before too long here. And, oh, bad fortune. Runs into Wizrobes, and he's in trouble.
Use the shield! Matrick picked
in
up
that
the
room.
shield.
Uses his last bomb.
Oh dear. Oh, count the drops. 6, 7, 8. Oh.
Oh, with the clock. This could be huge, folks. This could be a deciding point if there's going to be a comeback by DigShake, as DigShake does take a death in 8. And the double drop on the Matrick side.
Wow.
What a candy drop. That was huge. I don't see his webcam. I can't hear his voice, but I'm certain that his expression would have been priceless.
that's good luck. That's what you want to have when you're in here.
Another Patra. He's ran into a good majority of the Patras in 9 so far.
Oh, doing a defensive swing, but it could have put him in a situation where they stayed expanded if he hit the wrong one. He was lucky that he missed the keystone by a couple Patras away. If you're ever if you're ever on the left side of the Patra, you don't want to take a defensive swing.
Now, I know you've done a lot of research on the keystone for the Patras. Is that one of his eyes for that? I guess you would call it a glitch or a quirk, if you will, for that to take effect. Is it only one of those eyes that does that?
Yeah, it's a specific one. It's you know, if you're like doing a vanilla run and you know you get into the first Patra room, the one that has a bomb on the floor.
Said that in a race. I had to do it. I had to.
Nice. Yeah, it'll be the one that expands farthest out to the left. That'll be the one that is the keystone. So it's very easy to accidentally pop it if you're on the left side of the room and you're just stabbing away. Now this is going to help Matrick a lot. He's had a lot of problems with life in here, and it turns him green.
Going with the green tunic strats in level 9. I like it.
The dragon armor.
No, Ganon is not confirmed to be required yet. We do know Zelda's general location, we think, assuming the hint wasn't a troll. Actually, in the area that Zelda's probably going to be.
About a 5 in 8 chance that she's up there.
Now, we do know Ganon is in his vanilla room, so.
Right. And I haven't looked carefully enough at his map to actually weigh out how many spots Zelda could even be in at this point outside of the northeast corner. But he's had a hard time getting into the northeast corner.
Before he uses his bombs. That was not an easy room to clear. Let's hope it pays off. And nothing.
I'm curious.
Oh, that room. So we have Dig in 9 now. I wasn't quite as focused at the moment, but he is in 9 now with everything he needs other than the silvers. So if he's able to find an early silver here, and it is confirmed that Ganon's required at some point, this race could very easily turn on its heels. Thinking about Randomizer.
Well, here DigShake's in the north. Yeah, Matrick came to these rooms early.
And Matrick finds the arrows. I assume he's going to up A here, or is he going... No, don't up A. Never mind. Continue searching this area, because we don't know if Ganon is required yet, although he's heading down.
DigShape notes on that Patra, even though there's a door up there and he has a magical keys to say nope. Going on. Oh, here's something. I don't remember seeing Matrick get to this point.
Is that her room?
No.
Eight.
Anytime, so if Zelda's in a room, anytime you can't get into, like you can't bomb right, down, or left into a room, you have to start suspecting, at least pointing to that room, like mentally, that could be a room where she is. It becomes important to track which walls were able to be bombed. Oh my goodness, Matrick finds the compass. He's only 3 rooms away, but he's 3 rooms north of her. It's gonna take.
So that hint was deceptive.
It was. That was a lie.
The hint was a lie. That is so. Dig obviously doesn't know that yet.
Matrick's gonna kill Ganon. Raises up the crown. Summon the beast.
And a one-hit KO. Burns.
I was saying Boo earns.
Well, so all he needs to do now is find that path. That will be it.
The
Fortunately-
buyers are pirates.
And Dig takes another unfortunate death. He was actually close to Zelda.
So
Patrick
close.
just one room away.
You can
He's
smell her.
going up. Seeing if he can find a path to the left.
Oh, this is interesting.
Now, unless I missed something, is he looking for a magic staircase?
Yeah, he's looking for. I think he has a staircase that he has in mind. I mean, he had it right forward. Didn't even think about trying to go right down.
There
What?
it is.
And what?
In her
Wow.
vanilla room.
Not doors wide open. A staircase he knew to look for, but he died in that room earlier. He died in that room earlier. You remember?
I think you're right. I think he
Ripped in that
did,
room
but-
just down and left from the diamond.
Not even required.
Not even required. Hey, Matrick,
Our
good game.
winner.
Just south
Good game, man.
from the diamond.
You know, I died in that room too. That
Yeah,
could have been over a long time ago.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how the heck you knew to go to that staircase without having saved her.
Because I knew there was a staircase there because I died in that room. I had it marked on the map as a question
Yep.
mark staircase, but I'd already found all 5 other pairs of stairs and both of the items. So it was
Oh.
the only possible place it could be. There was no
Well
other
done.
way to go.
Yep, that's a payoff of tracking.
So it was
Wow.
a good seed by you. Dig built an early lead, but you stormed back. And the big equalizer, I think, in the meat of this race was you finding the raft in 6 when Dig did not get the item out of 6. He couldn't at the time. And so you were able to find level
Oh, I
1
was
early.
key blocked so bad early that I wasn't finding anything in the dungeons. So the ones I was able to go through, I was A, hoarding keys, and B, making sure I grabbed everything. Paid off.
It was a very well played seed by you. What were your thoughts on level 9 and trying to find the silvers? Were you thinking that Ganon was going to be required, or were you just trying to find Zelda with that hint, which ended up being
No,
deceptive?
I knew long before all the hints were troll. There was none of them were right. Not a single one. They were all deception. So I was well aware of that. And by the time that when I was going through the whole dungeon, I'm going, man, I found almost every staircase. Like, where could she possibly be? And there were almost no shutter doors on top of it. There were very few shutter doors.
DigShake
Yeah.
finding the silver arrows, and up A's he'll be taking on Ganon, I assume.
Yeah, you. Your key conservation definitely paid off. DigShake had to bail on level 8, go to level 4, which led him to finding the recorder. And so he didn't have the raft because he'd found where you died, Matrick, going to the northwest corner early on. DigShake didn't die, and so he found level 6, and then he found level 2. So he didn't have any reason to dig out level 6 just yet. So
I
that's
see.
yeah, that led him to having finally at the last thing digging out that raft. So he ended up, the keys hurt him, and then it led him to finding the recorder before the raft. He probably would have done that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had, as far as the mixed quest was concerned, for Overworld, a couple of whistle spots and 2 bomb caves that I didn't check. Because I didn't get the recorder till the very end. So I didn't bother checking any of those.
You were the first one to discover that it was mixed quest. It was actually when you burned, you tried to burn the Lake Heart spot and BT's Race Heart, and nothing happened
Oh,
up to
yeah.
that point. we didn't know it was mixed quest.
Yeah, and that ended up being big because Dig did not. Well, it didn't end up being big, but Dig didn't hit all the spots that could be in a mixed quest overworld. But
Yeah, so he
A
had to
lot
go
of-
back to the northwest to check those spots, and that was separate from his trip back to the northwest to check for the raft.
so the way that your run went ended up being very beneficial in that sense. A lot of little things that Dig had to retrace his steps for. And then unfortunately having to dig the raft back out, it was just too much for him to overcome. So you, moving on to 2-2, qualify for the race off next Saturday. Your thoughts going into the race off, and you've got to be feeling confident.
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, part of the reason why no is because I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I've drawn like some of the most possible challenging picks I could have possibly come up against the whole way through. So I'm expecting in the play-in to get thrown up against somebody who, you know, has gotten some bad luck, but is an exceptional player. So am I going into it feeling great? No. But at the same time, I'm also not, I'm not, you know, I'm just going to play it the same way I do every other. I haven't been practicing or doing anything. Like, I just have been playing. So it's the same thing I'm going to do on the next one. I just feel confident enough in my skill at this point that, you know, I just kind of roll with it.
Yeah, we mentioned it at the top. Both you and Dig having some of the toughest schedules in this randomizer tournament so far, which is part of the reason you guys were in this situation to begin with. Really have to win that play-in race. And I believe it's the top 6 advance on into the knockout rounds. So with your skills, man, you should be more than capable of a top 6 time.
Unless I get a seed like Dragon Dark made the other day that took both him and I over 2 hours to finish.
Oh man,
beautiful.
We're gonna have him.
The beautiful thing about randomizer.
I'll send it to you, Yunus.
Oh man, DigShake.
Well,
He's still digging. He's got the compass and he's trying to bomb his way to her.
Yeah,
he didn't
doesn't
find
know
that
it's a magic staircase yet.
kind of general area of that staircase, so he should find it relatively soon. Oh, man, going the wrong way.
He's made pretty quick work of level 9, really. But he keeps walking into stuff, but I guess it doesn't matter when you have a red ring.
Tank mode.
Yeah. I spent 18 minutes and 9.
Pretty full clear. We assumed maybe that you didn't know that the hints were deceptive, but at the same time, once you got the compass, we saw you immediately head that way. I don't know if DigShake knew that.
Yeah. I'm watching him do this, and I know exactly what's going through his head because it's the same thing that went through my head. Are you kidding me? How do I get down there?
Yeah. I guess so the way to the bottom left corner is probably through that magic staircase and then bomb left at Zelda's door instead.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's no other way to get down there. It's only 2 other rooms.
Right. Well, he's made quick work and his map's pretty full, so he'll check a bunch of stairs and then he'll make his way.
I believe actually that staircase is a couple rooms north of this Patra. Is that correct?
3. No, 4. 4 rooms north of it. It's at the very top of the hall.
Yeah.
It's actually, there's 2 staircases right next to each other, and you have to take the top one.
Well, definitely a great played match, and congratulations on getting in at least to the play-in race with a really, really difficult schedule, man. And kudos to you for handling that. and best of luck.
Thanks.
Play-in race. I will be joining you in that play-in race, and I believe, let's see, who else is in that play-in race confirmed as of right now? I know there's a few runners who are 2-2 at this moment. I believe only 2-2 runners qualify for that race.
Oh, clear the room, DigShake.
Sardia is, TGE
Isolated
is.
999.
So you guys have to think a little bit of strategy in this race. The top 6 positions move on. But if you get number 6, you're going to be drawing the number 1 seed.
Correct.
Eventually, if you make it through your bye round. Or through your play-in round of it. So you guys...
How many players are getting buys in the tournament? Do you know?
Should be all the 4-0s, right?
Wait, 4? I think it's 4. There are 16 people in the play-in round. But yeah, whoever, the bottom 6 people in the tiebreaker, or the top 6 people in the tiebreaker, the bottom 6 seeds. So after playing in, some of those people have to play against each other. They'll be playing against the top seeds.
It looks like there's only 3 that can possibly be 4-0.
That's right. It's not going to just strictly be that. It's going to be the top 4 seeds. The seeds are going to be determined by first wins, and then second for the people who aren't the top. Well, who I guess beyond that, like the strength of your opponents, how many wins they had, and so on and so forth.
An unfortunate situation for DigShake is he was right near the staircase, but he's out of bombs.
He bombed the wrong wall.
Yeah, I went through that. The only things that can drop bombs in 9 are Vires. Nothing else can. Oh no, the red Wizrobes can, because I did finally get a bomb drop. I think it must be like lowered percentage on the drops, because I annihilated rooms of red Wizrobes, and it was finally in the room he's in right now. I stabbed 2 at the same time and got 2 bombs.
Yeah, chat went nuts, man. That was cool.
Yeah, because there were, I was intentionally trying to just, crush through those red Wizrobe rooms, and they were not dropping. And I'm going, come on, man. So it seemed like it was a low bomb drop percentage, at least for those. Can it be? Is it?
Well, they're already
group?
low. I don't know. Well, first of all, the bomb drops per group are already different in the vanilla game. You've got like the rupee and heart drop group is rather high, and then the trash and the bomb drop group is rather on the low side. And if I recall numbers that Fred varied correctly, that you really can't go much lower on the bomb group than it already is. They could go a little lower. I think the bomb group might be something like
but are the
16
individual monsters within the group able
No,
to be
I don't think
randomized?
that's possible.
Okay, because it seemed like there were like some monsters on the overworld, like blue moblins were, like every moblin I killed, it felt like coughed up a bomb. But then other things,
cool.
Vires, red dark nuts, they just weren't dropping.
I think somebody with more technical expertise would probably have to say, but I would think that whatever is possible in the vanilla game is what's possible in the randomizer in terms of customizing the drop rate.
I mean, it's possible. I know that I've had many situations in vanilla runs where I'm 1 rupee away from a blue candle, and I kill 11 or 12 tektites, and I get nothing.
Oh, well, they're a trash drop group. I mean, I could tell you right away what the odds of you getting that 1 rupee are, and they're actually not very good. There's half the tektites can even drop 1, so you're already down to 6 that have a chance to drop 1, and the drop rate is probably 5 out of 16. So
man, he's only got like 5 rooms left to check.
Yeah, and he just needs bombs. He just needs to reload and get some bombs.
Yeah,
dropping enemies to respawn. This is a thing that I mark on my maps. I always mark where a room full of bomb dropping enemies is for sure.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
He was only 1 room away from that magic staircase.
That Vire room just right again. Would have been a good place.
I would leave, re-enter, and go kill that. It's only 3 rooms in. kill the viral room. If they don't drop, leave, do it again. It's
Yep. You can just
the
up
fastest
an
way
A.
to get bombs.
You can actually just up an A from inside the room because it doesn't save your kill information. Or even if you do leave, if you full clear it and you up an A, it resets rooms. So you don't even have to leave the dungeon. You just up an A or...
So
hey, finds the shoot bomb. Now what's he gonna do with it?
Hey! Sorry, I'm a little behind, so there was a couple seconds behind there, but let's see.
That's what dropped in that room. When I killed everything in the shoot room, I just heard the sound and I went, okay, what dropped? I don't see anything different because I think I had 8 bombs when I went into there. And so I looked at it and was like, what dropped? Okay, maybe it was a key or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, the drops were... Oh. He has to go one room left of where he is to get up to the staircase?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's going to have to go down and left.
okay.
Now, if I'm Dig at this point, you've got 230 rupees. Do you even consider leaving level 9 to buy the boomstick?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't even think I saw it, to be honest.
In a lost race, I don't think that anything... I don't know what I'd do.
Well, he's on the right path. Let's hope he
But
bombs
he's
the
on
right
it.
wall.
Yeah, I mean, he basically knows at this point. I have like 1 room left to check over here. This has to be it.
All right, get your GGs ready. He's in the right location. As long as he doesn't take a Wizro bop here. Ooh.
Someone do a full clear?
He's got a red ring anyway. He won't die.
All right. Well, he finishes. That's good.
Good game
That
to
was a
Dig
tough one.
Shake.
He full cleared the game pretty much in about an hour 26.
100% finish of the game. Second place with an SRL time of 126.42. Drops him to 1-3. And unfortunately, the man with, my opinion, the toughest schedule in the entire tournament. Because he's a great player, but that's just the way these go sometimes. And we have DigShake joining us in the commentator's booth. Dig, give me your thoughts on this seed before we get into our questions. We have DigShake.
Hello.
Before we get into our questions, what are your thoughts on this seed?
I did it wrong. I don't know. That's my main thought. Picked up the wrong stuff in the wrong order.
Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, you full cleared the seed, and not really as any fault of your own.
Yeah, I mean, I got off to a real quick start. I felt pretty good, and then you guys saw it. Like, 3/4 of the way through, it just stalled out, and it took forever for me to figure out. Was the whistle even required? I don't think it actually was, right? I just needed the raft, and that would have been fine. But
Correct. And what was early fortune for you in this run turned out to be probably the biggest factor as you dug level 6 early, because you found level 6 before Matrick did. He took an early death that ended up sending him away from level 6. So you cleared 6 as much as you could, dig the raft out of it, which ended up being probably the biggest factor in this race.
yeah, I mean,
really what it
I
comes down to.
I didn't even really think that long about digging the item out of 6. It's kind of a big level, and it's filled with wizrobes, and it was still early game, so I was like, yeah, screw it. Of all the items that I thought might block me, I was not thinking the raft was what I needed. I was much happier to see the whistle in 4, and then it ended up being worthless. So that was fun. Randomizer, sometimes you got to get lucky, and I made a few mistakes, but congrats to Matrick. He didn't just luck into the win. He must have had a good run. I can't wait to go back and watch the VOD and see the right way to play this seed.
Yeah. Yeah, you both played a perfectly sensible game.
The right way, I guess, is to die early and then explore everything else.
Yeah.
That's essentially what
Not
happened.
finding-
I died on the Lionel screen where the big long staircase is, and I got blasted there as I was right as I was about to go up the stairs, and then I just decided, okay, I'm not going back up there right now. I'm going to go everywhere else. So I found 8, 4, and was key blocked everywhere.
Yeah, I got key blocked for a minute in 8. That was kind of disappointing, but both items were there at least. So
Yeah, fantastic second item there in 8 too. I didn't even pick up Lord Banana. I saw it come out of the thing and went.
Yeah, we saw Dig's reaction. It was pretty awesome. You accidentally picked up the banana. They gave us the thumbs down. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I did not mean to do that.
Just unfortunate, man. You dropped to 1 and 3, which does eliminate you from the tournament. And I just want to say I feel for you, man.
There's that play-in race,
I'm sorry?
right? Or is that not a thing?
It
Is the play-in
but
race a thing, or is that?
You have to go 2 and 2 to qualify for that play-in race, if I'm not mistaken. And your schedule, man, you had it, and I feel for you, man. You deserve to be in that race, but
No,
just,
it's all good. Yeah,
just a really, really, really.
No, I'm not disappointed at all. I mean, I'm disappointed in the outcome, obviously, but I actually feel like I played pretty well. I just I definitely made some mistakes, but I feel in general I played pretty well. I don't have anything to be too upset about. So life will go on, and I can't wait to see this bracket round. That'll be a lot of fun.
It's going to be awesome, and I want to thank you for all of your races, both of you gentlemen. You guys had a great tournament. Both of you guys did, and for the good show you guys put on this afternoon. Thank you very much, you guys.
Yeah, thanks.